75% of kids who are brought up in a Christian home, who are brought up in church, as soon as they leave the home, within a year or two after they leave the home, are walking away from the church. Many never return. There are a number of reasons for this, but one of the major reasons is they don't think Christianity is true. They're talked out of it. You know why they're talked out of it? Because they've never been talked into it. We've never told them why Christianity is true. Oh, we've told them that it's true, but we've never told them why it's true. We've never given them any evidence. We've simply said, believe. I go to a lot of churches, and I usually start out by saying, do you believe this book is true? And people always go, yeah. And then I ask, why? You know what answer, unfortunately, I get more than any other answer? Because I have faith. Because you have faith. Is that a good answer? Because you have faith, does that make this book true? You mean, the Muslims have faith the Quran is true. Is the Quran true then? No, your faith doesn't change a thing about this book. Either this book is true or not, regardless of what you believe about it. Does your faith change history? Will your faith change whether Jesus died and rose again? No, he either did or he didn't, right? Regardless of what you believe about it. Do you have to believe something to make it true? Do you have to believe in gravity to stay on the ground? Do all those people who don't believe in gravity float away? Look, there's another one. Come back. Come back. If you believe, you'll come back. No. Your faith doesn't change a thing about whether or not this book is true. The only thing your faith does is it appropriates the salvific content of it to you. It does not change whether or not God exists or whether or not Jesus rose again or whether or not this book is true. If I only have one message to give to somebody, for me, this is the message. Because I see so few people out there talking about why it's true. I hear a lot of people talking about that it's true, but not why. So I'm going to talk about why. You guys ready? Yeah. Here's what we're going to do. In order to show that indeed the Bible is true, the first thing we have to deal with is truth. What is truth? And does truth exist? In our culture today, we don't think truth exists. Or we say it's true for you, but not for me, or all truth is relative. We've got to be able to deal with those objections if we're going to say this book is true, right? Second question, does God exist? We have to give evidence that God exists, because if there is no God, then this book can't be a word from God, can it? You can't have a word from God if there is no God. So we're going to give evidence from outside the Bible that shows you that this book is indeed from God, that God exists. Thirdly, this book can't be true if miracles are not possible. If they're not possible, as many in our modern universities now teach, David Hume apparently for some has disproved that miracles should be believed, a great skeptic who died in 1776. A lot of people think Hume's arguments are good. They're not. But a lot of people think miracles are not possible. If they are not possible, then you might as well throw this book away, right? And then finally, and only then, we'll be able to look at the question, is the New Testament true? Now you say, why just the New Testament? Because if the New Testament is true, the Old Testament's true. Why? Because if the New Testament is historically reliable, and it shows us that Jesus really was God as he claimed to be, then whatever God teaches is true, right? That's axiomatic. Whatever God teaches is true. Jesus taught that the entire Old Testament is true. So if the New Testament's true, you get the Old Testament thrown in. So we're going to do all these 5 questions. We're going to start with truth, then God, then miracles, then the New Testament, and then so what? You guys ready to go? Let's go.